What's up guys, welcome back to TK Talks Pokemon. Today I'm going to be doing a set review for the cards in the Wild Force Japanese Pokemon set. I absolutely love the name of this one. Of course, if you guys can remember, it's the name of an amazing series of Power Rangers. At the end of the video, as always, I'm going to be opening up a couple of packs, so hopefully we can get some good hits. Without further ado, we're going to get right into the set, and I'm going to start off talking about a few common cards. The first card I'm going to talk about is the Turtwig. The Diamond, Pearl, Platinum era was huge for me. I think it's probably the most fun I've had playing a Pokemon game. And the starters were all pretty iconic, but Turtwig had that amazing cute factor which contrasted with the sheer menace and power of Torterra, the final evolution, makes it a really special Pokemon and a special evolution line for me. My girlfriend and I got back from a trip to Japan a couple of weeks ago, and being there reminded me of why I loved this little guy so much. So much so that I couldn't resist grabbing a plush from the Pokemon Center in Kyoto, which if I remember to, I'll show you a proper clip of later in the video. Now let's talk about the card. Turtwig's expression in this card is just so cute. It really draws you in. I particularly love the composition of the card, the way the foreground is in focus and the background is blurred, which makes it look like a really well taken portrait photograph. Unfortunately, in comparison, the Torterra looks like absolute poo. The next card I want to talk about is the Croconaw common. I love the artwork in this card. I really like the shades they've used for Croconaw's colours. That and the kind of silly, hungry expression on its face make it a card that's really enjoyable to look at. The next card I want to talk about is the Mudbray common. And the question I have for the designers is, why do you have to do my boy like that? It looks like he's eating a cow pat, or perhaps in the Pokemon universe, a Miltank pat. Maybe he thought it was like a chocolate moo moo milk or something, who knows. In the games, Mudbray was cute, not a crazy design, but Mudsdale was an absolute dog in terms of gameplay. Do better, Pokemon. Then there's the Gengar X. I think this card's kind of cool, the expression's kind of crazy, looks like he's fiending for something. Then there's the Grottle, which made me say "aww" audibly when I saw it for the first time. I love this ragtag group of Pokemon travelling along together. It's got a children's storybook vibe. It reminds me of the Hobbits leaving the Shire. This one's a great card for the kids, great for anyone who finds anything cute, and it's really well done in my opinion. Then we've got the Snom, that cute little snowy grub. The hollow pattern on this one is really awesome in person. I like the hyper-defined crystal-like part of the body. It's cute, it's cool, but in my opinion, nothing to write home about. In this card, I'm seeing Mudbray emulate his daddy Mudsdale, which normally would be cute, but after seeing Mudbray eat poop, it's making me worried that Mudsdale might also eat poop. And this makes me wonder, is this the price a Pokemon must pay for a sick ability like Own Tempo or Stamina? Jokes aside, I like the old McDonald farmyard setting. It reminds me of Moo Moo Meadows from the Mario Kart games. Pretty cool, worth a pickup in my opinion. Now I'm going to go quickfire and I'm going to talk about the Reuniclus, the Relicanth and the Fluttermane. I think all of these are boring, and I think all of them are kind of poorly executed compared to what you could get out of these Pokemon. Do better. Then we've got the Arbok, which I'm also not too keen on. It's cool seeing the Arbok hunting like this. However, seeing a Cobra-based Pokemon with that giant kind of hooded neck coiled around a tree like this, something just feels off about it. It looks kind of awkward, the proportions look kind of off. But I like seeing Arbok in a slightly different setting, so props to that. Now we move on to the Ghastly, a card that I really like. Seeing all of them congregating together kind of makes me think that some poor soul is about to have the worst dream that anyone's ever had, ever. The art style feels like a nice throwback to some of the more kind of derpy designs that we had, particularly on some Gengars, which in my opinion are some of the most fun cards of the vintage era. I don't love this card, it's not the kind of card that I would covet, but I think it's got some really cool things going for it. And now we've got a card that I'm guessing most people know about, which is the Chatot. Probably all seen the video showing that the notes in this correspond to a real life tune from Pokemon. If you haven't, look it up, it's really cool. I think it's awesome, I think it's a great idea, and I really love immersive stuff like this. Whoever's idea this was, major props to you, very well done. And now we move on to the Torterra EX, which I am just fuming about. How do you take a Pokemon with a design this awesome, one of the most awesome ever, in my opinion, I would go as far as to say, and make it look so uncool? I'm praying for a very cool Torterra card soon. And now let's talk about the art rares for the Gouging Fire, the Walking Wake, and the Raging Bolt. I think they're kind of lackluster. I've never been a massive fan of the designs in the first place. When I first saw them, I wanted justice for my amazing dogs. And in this set, I actually think the regular Gouging Fire and Walking Wake EX look better than the art rares. Raging Bolt just looks awkward. I love Raikou so much. How could they do this to him? That marks the end of the set review. So now it's time for me to get into the bit you've probably all been waiting for, where I open up a couple of packs of Wild Force. So, starting off, we've got what looks like a trainer or a supporter card, and I'm liking the Nacho Libre looking mask here. Very, very cool. Then we've got the Bronzor, super cute, look at that gormless expression. I think this is a Frostmoth, and I remember using it on the TCG game in the early days. Pretty cool. Then we've got the Dunsparce about to drill down into the earth. Very dynamic little design in this one. Pretty cool. And ooh, we've got the Gengar. The one where I said my boy's fiending. Look at that tongue stuck out. Absolute pervert of a guy. Pretty cool. Love Gengar. Gonna treasure this. Now let's rip the next pack. So we've got Shame in there. Love this kind of sunset image here. Really, really pretty. And then we've got Noctowl, looking rather spooky. We've got the Solossis. Very, very cute. Ah, the Croconaw that I love. This is a big pull for me. I talked about this in the video. See how these lovely, love the colours, and I love this silly little expression on his face. Very cool card. And we have got Palafin, the superhero Pokemon. Very, very cool. Happy with those, happy with the Croconaw, and happy with the Gengar. If you guys have ripped these packs, let me know in the comments whether you pulled anything that you wanted. If you've got any thoughts on the cards on this set, or my opinions on them, please drop a comment down below. And while you're there, like and subscribe. It really helps me to keep on making these videos. In the next one, we're going to be opening up a couple of packs and doing a set review for Night Wanderer. So stay tuned for that one. See you in the next one, guys. Peace.